Hello and welcome to 5 Talk Street. I'm your host, Vince Sims. February is Black History Month, and today on 5 Talk Street, we want to focus on Black history in the making. For over 3 decades, Dallas-based Williams Chicken has cooked up a stellar reputation and a history of success and staying power. With humble beginnings from a small town in Texas, founder Hiawatha Williams earned an opportunity to work for a nationwide fast food corporation, only to later spread his wings into the world of entrepreneurship. And through it, he's helped many others birth their dreams. 5 Talk Street's good friend, Chris Howell, recently sat down with Mr. Williams to get to know the man behind this beloved restaurant.
Mr. Williams, welcome to 5 Talk Street.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having us here. We're going to talk more about the Williams Center and the land and everything that we're sitting on today.
Yes,
but first of all, as we get started, tell us, what was it like growing up in the home of Hiawatha Williams?
Keep in mind, it was 14 of us.
Wow.
So you had to know your number. I'm so glad I'm in the chicken business, by the way. With 14 kids, try to figure out what piece you were going to get. And if you're the younger one, you start at the feet. So I had the feet. And as they left home, I get to move up to the drumstick, the thigh. When you get there, then you really living well.
Wow.
So I was glad when Albert left home.
Yeah.
But a lot of farm work, labor intensive.
Yeah.
We had cows and pigs and chickens, and we worked different people's crops in the neighborhood because that's how you made it back then.
So no doubt, you definitely developed this work ethic by working the farm.
Absolutely.
But I guess, where did this entrepreneurship spirit come from? Where did that come from?
My grandfather.
Okay.
He had a business here on this particular property. It comes from him, and grandfather on both sides were in business.
Yeah.
So it probably passed down through the DNA. And I just always wanted to do something for myself.
Yeah.
Because I saw how hard my father worked for somebody else. And I wanted an opportunity to do it for myself and to show my daddy that it can be done in this country if you work hard enough.
Yeah.
And if you put God in the middle of it and it's pleasing with him, we can do this. And that's what Williams was named after. I named it after my father.
So when you envisioned starting Williams Chicken, did you see 40 plus locations, over 500 employees? I mean, all of what you have today?
No, sir. I wanted my own business. I wanted to open one store, and that's all I was going to do.
Wow.
I was going to control that. Once you get past the one store, you lose control for each additional location you open. Mm-hmm. And I want things to be right. Yeah. And so they're not right all the time like I would like. So, but just one store is all I wanted.
All you wanted was one store,
yes,
and you ended up with 40 stores.
Yes, sir.
But in having these 40 stores, you have allowed other folks to birth their dreams through working at Williams Chicken's 20 plus years. Talk about what that's like for you to be able to see your employees be able to grow and to send their children off to college, things of that nature. What
fun does a person get from being successful by themselves? That's crazy. It's selfish. It's darn right un-American, if I might say it that way. So as I did well and more people from the other company asked to come over and join, I wanted them to have the same opportunity that I had. So for the ones who could not afford it financially, they would come and work with me for 5 years, and at that time I would turn the store over to them. And it's so enjoyable to see a person who can run their own business, who maybe wouldn't have got that opportunity somewhere else. I think I'm happier than they are.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what God expects from us, for those who say we're Christian. Yes.
So when we talk about going into business for yourself, what word of advice would you give to young African Americans today who are looking to go into business for themselves?
An old Caucasian man told me once, whatever you're going into, you need to know everything there is to know about that business. If you don't, you need to study some more before you try to do it. And I never forgot that. So I worked for this other company for 18 years, learning the chicken business. And I learned everything I could.
So as we sit here today, you're semi-retired. Again, we're sitting on 28 acres of land, your home place here in Smithville, Texas. Mm-hmm. Talk about what a typical day is like for you today.
I have a tractor I like to get on. We're in the process of clearing some land so we can have more land for grazing cattle. Yeah. That's really what I want to fool with, cattle. They don't disagree with anything I do or say. It's a good relationship that I have with the cattle versus the people back in town that
Yes.
work with me. And so this is my relaxing time.
Yeah.
This is my time that I get to be in control.
Yeah. When we talk about the history of Dallas, I mean, certainly you've contributed to Dallas in a great way. The history of Dallas can't be told without the contributions that you've made over 30 plus years of being in business.
Thank you.
But how would you like to best be remembered?
I'd like to that there was some honor attached to my name. There is no person in Dallas who can prove that I haven't paid them. That's important to me. So these things that people take for granted, I want some honor attached to my name, not the buildings, because they're not mine anyway. I gave those to the Lord a long time ago when we were first opening and was failing. I went to the Lord and prayed that you take over this business, you make it successful, and I'll work for you.
Yeah.
So I can never ride around and look at a sign that says Williams and think I'm important or think that I did it.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it. The only thing I did is went to work. Because I was working and it was failing. So if it's working now, what's the difference? God stepped in, did what I couldn't do, gave me favor with people who normally wouldn't give me favor, gave me people to work with who were good, hardworking people that I couldn't recruit on my own.
Absolutely. Well, Dallas is definitely made better because of you and your contribution. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
No, thank you so much for letting me be here.
Absolutely.